Hey, good morning, guys. John here. How you guys doing? It's about 6:30 Friday morning. It's early. Um, it's cool. Week has gone by since I last chatted with y'all. I figured I'd give you a little bit of an update on what's going on. And I also wanted to show you kind of how I start my morning off as far as what I do, what I eat, what I drink, and just give you like a heads up and kind of what I do. I do track. I have gotten back into tracking my calories and my macros, which has really helped because I always did well doing that, and it's doing well for me again. I just weighed myself on the scale just now, and I'm down to 360 pounds. That's a loss of 3 pounds from last week, which is perfect. I'd love to do that every single week. Given, all that went on this last week and what I did and what I ate good food. You know, had a beer or two, I think, and, exercised well, and it was good. So 3 pound loss down to 360. I'm excited. That takes me from my original video and what I think I weighed when I started this back in, it's now almost 8 months ago, almost to the day. I'm not sure what today's date is, but I started July 5th. So I was assuming I was 440. I could have been heavier, but just the assuming that I was 440, that's an 80-pound loss. 80, bam, gone. 80 pounds I'm never going to see again. I guarantee you that. But again, I don't know. I could have been heavier. I mean, I didn't weigh myself until like 2 weeks in. So I could have easily lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks because you do lose fast. You have a lot of water retention and stuff like that. So even if I was 445 when I started, then that would be a 85-pound loss. So it's somewhere, I would say it's probably realistically somewhere between 80 and 90. But given that I started this series out saying 440, I'll stick with that. And that takes me today to 80-pound loss. So I'm that 1 ounce shy of breaking into the 350s, baby. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm just that much closer to my goal. It's kind of crazy to think that it's realistic that in a couple of months I could be at the 100-pound mark, the Benjamin mark, and that's gonna be incredible. 100 pounds is 100 pounds any way you slice it. I try to think of things that what something specific weighs and bundle them all together, how many it would take to equal how much I've lost. Like my daughter weighs 38 pounds, and so it's like, that's 76. It's like a little over 2.5 of her. It just crazy stuff like that when it kind of helps you put things into perspective. So, yep, down to 360 is actually 360 on the money, which is kind of cool. And every time I try to film it while I'm doing it, the number never stays still, and then it shows me an error code. So I don't know why that is. I'm going to try to keep doing it again where I can show you guys, I can actually film it. But for some reason, I don't know if my scale is just a shitty scale. I have this, it's not a very good scale. It's one of those Taylor digital scales. It's very narrow. I know there's some out there for heavier people it's a really nice size scale, but I'm assuming it's accurate to its best of its ability. I know this. I feel better. I look better. But more importantly, I feel better. I feel healthier. I've been up now for a little while, and I'm awake. I'm not super groggy in the morning. I have sustained energy, especially lately, like completely throughout the entire day. And that feels awesome. Last night I was laying in bed, it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm wide awake. I'm not even tired yet. I don't know why. I'm not like guzzling caffeine all day. I'll show you what I do in the morning and what I have. I'm going to get going now on that because I'm kind of hungry. I am going to work out today. I'm going to do high intensity training this morning after I take the daughter to daycare. I got back into doing the slam ball just this week. And for those of you who know what the slam ball is, you know how of a good of an exercise it is. But I do it, like I said, I do like a high intensity training. So I'll do the slam ball for 20 to 30 seconds, and then I'll take like a minute off. Then go back to it again, same thing, take a minute off, go back to it again. So and I'll do that 8 to 10 times. I did that 3 days ago now, and I hadn't done it since like Christmas. I'm still sore. And it's not my arms, it's not my legs, it's not my back, it is my legs, it's the back of my hamstrings, like right up toward the ass, my ass, and like the inner part of my legs. So sore. Like sitting down was a chore. But I feel better now. It just feels good. So I'm gonna get back at it today. I've been doing the bike as well. Just some really, since I wasn't doing the high interval training because my legs were that sore, I was just doing some really good steady cardio, but hard. Like I was really pushing it, high resistance, and just getting a good sweat, getting the heart rate up for a good 15-20 minutes. And it felt really good. So we're gonna do that this morning and just kick the day off and get ready for the weekend, and that's it. So anyway, what I wanted to do also, like I said this morning, is show you kind of what I eat in the morning. I am on a, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't like to call it a diet. I hate the word diet. To me, diet is short term. You have one goal in mind, and then after that it's done. I have a weight goal in mind, but this is just healthy eating, or if you want to call it flexible eating. But for the most part, it's healthy. So I know how many calories I need to intake, and I track my macros, so I know how much of it I want it to be protein versus carbohydrate and fat. So I have all that stuff in mind. I track everything. I weigh food. I haven't gotten to the point where I go to a restaurant and weigh food, but I don't think I'll ever get there. I'm not like looking to compete for shows and stuff. And God bless people who do. I'm not taking anything away. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. That's good on you. If I get there one day, great. I'm just looking to make sure I understand what I'm putting in my body and how it affects me on a daily basis. Because I can have a cheeseburger if I want. I can. But it's gonna be high in calorie. It's gonna affect what I can eat the rest of the day. So you just got to plan for that. Not to say I can't have it, but you tend to make better choices because you don't want it to take up a huge chunk of your calories. But again, it's not that you can't have it. You're not restricted from eating it. It's just you can't. It's going to consume a lot of your calories for the day, and then you're going to be stuck because you have to hold yourself accountable for what you eat. So anyway, my caloric intake, right now I have it set to about 2,300 calories a day. I could press it to 2,500. But 2,300 is a good number, with about 40% coming from, 40% coming from protein, 30% coming from carbohydrates, and 30% coming from fat. I think that's how I have it set. So those are my macros. Again, it's different for everybody, different for your gender, your age, your body shape, your composition, what you're trying to do. So it's different for everybody, and I may switch it up and see what happens if I make a little switch here and there. But for the most part, any carbohydrate I eat is a healthy carbohydrate. I very rarely have a bad one, but I know that if I do, I can, but I just have to make sure I account for it. That's all. Last week I had pizza. I had a few slices of pizza, and it tore up my calories, but I knew I could have it because I had the room for it. But when I was done with it, that's all I could have. That was it. I was done. And I still lost weight. So go figure. I still lost weight. Oof. See? A lot of stuff is getting debunked lately. A lot of stuff is getting debunked. So anyway, off to kind of briefly show you what I have in the morning, because I really do want to cook it. And this is what I'm having this morning. So first things first, I do make my own fresh brewed coffee. I use organic cream. It's actually half and half. Again, it's just couple tablespoons. I have 1.5 cups of egg whites. You know, they're low in calories, high in protein. They fill me up. I am a big guy. They fill me up. They're good for me. So I go 1.5 cups of egg whites. But on those egg whites, and this is the deal, I drop some salsa on there, some hot salsa, and it is awesome. I also season it with garlic and pepper. No salt, because there's salt. There'll be some natural salt flavors in that. And then what I have here is, this is actually from last night, because I'm going to do a workout this morning. I want to make sure I get some good carbs in. So this is actually 5 ounces of butternut squash, and this is 2.5 ounces of a boneless pork loin chop. So again, just to help balance it out, get a little bit more protein in this morning, and then again some carbohydrates. Got my water, and this is what I've been taking every morning now for the last week or so. Green tea complex. I don't know if it truly is working, but since I've been taking it, I've had like sustained energy all day. So I don't know. I mean, it's just, we'll see how it goes. I'll try it for a couple weeks and see what happens. But I don't know. And then also, I mentioned to you guys, I weigh everything. There's my scale. It's in, I don't know if you call it OXO or OXO or whatever it's called, but that's the scale I use. This can pull out, so if you have to put a big plate on there, you can still pull this thing out so you can see the numbers. But I weigh, like I said, I weigh everything I eat, and it works for me. Doesn't maybe not work for everybody, you know, only because I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist, but I kind of am. Not to say a perfectionist, but I just want to understand everything as much as I can. So when I'm putting something in my body, I want to understand exactly what it is, because it just helps me to feel better. So with all that being said, I think that this meal is about 400 calories. And of those calories, 58 protein, 19 carbohydrates, and 8 grams of fat. That's my breakfast. So again, my caloric goal is like 2,300 calories, and that's, I mean, it's a lot of food. That's a cup and a half of egg whites. You know, that's 5 ounces of butternut squash and 2.5 ounces of pork and coffee with some salsa and water. Most people, that's like super filling. For me, it's perfect. I'll digest it, and in about a couple hours, I'll go work out. So works for me, guys. So, and I would say on average, every one of my meals that I have is about 400 to 500 calories a meal, and I eat, you know, every so often. So, but I get to that number. So, anyway, that's it. I've been talking for a really long time, and I just want to wish you guys a happy Friday. Have a great day. Enjoy it. Thanks for watching. If you like what you're watching, like it, subscribe to it, share it. Would love to have more people, on the channel watching these videos. Again, I am down as of today, almost 8 months into the program, 80 pounds. That's on average 10 pounds a month, and I think that's solid. I think that's really solid. I'm proud of what I've done. I'm happy. I've watched a lot of other YouTubers and their videos, and it's given me inspiration. So thank you. Again, if you like what you see, like it, subscribe to it, share it, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye.